Hi, witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today I'm coming before you from my apothecary where all the magic happens. And I have a very interesting spell for you. It's an ancient defixion spell, over 2,000 years old, for you to restrain someone. This is something you may want to watch. So stick around because it's coming up right now. Hello again, witches. I am so excited to be here with you today, and I'm going to share with you another defixion spell. About a year ago or so, I shared with you guys an ancient defixion spell for you to curse someone. So the one that we have for you today is going to come from this amazing book, The Greek Magical Papyri in Translation. And so for those of you guys that do not know what this book is all about, this is a collection of defictions and curses and hexes and spells that anthropologists found in ancient Greece, Rome, and other very ancient places while digging up. Now, these spells, curses, hexes were recorded in a little tablet made out of lead, and they are called defictions. The book is filled with different rituals and spells. I gotta tell you, that some of them are pretty hard to follow because not only you have to write down stuff that you don't know what they mean, but needless to say, some of the ingredients in these spells are things that you cannot get nowadays, or they're pretty hard to get. However, there's some spells in there that are easy to do, easy to adapt to our life nowadays, and this is one of those spells. So I'm going to do a defixion tablet to restrain. That is the title of the spell. That is how it has been translated, to restrain someone. Nowadays, you can say it's a binding spell. Again, this spell is going to be an adaptation from the spell that you have in this book, and I'm going to relate it to the situation that I have, because I am doing this for someone that I love very much that has been affected about the attitude and the behavior of another person. Sometimes we have to share life either with someone at home or someone at work or another family member or a friend, somebody that we hang, and this person is behaving in such a way that is affecting your well-being. Person is maybe not necessarily a bad person, but the person has a terrible temperament, no patience whatsoever. It's nasty talking, and that's just the nature of that person. And if you want to restrain that person from maybe being nasty to you, maybe saying bad words, maybe being aggressive with their mannerism. You know how people just sometimes just throw things, throw doors when they're around you, and you're like, oh my God, what is wrong with this person? And then you're in your tippy toes. It's very uncomfortable being around a person like that. And that could be at home, or it could be at work, or it could be at school, college, anywhere. Well, this spell is for you to restrain that person from engaging in that behavior. That is something that you should not tolerate. It's disrespectful. It's mental abuse. Doesn't matter who it comes from. All right. So this is a defixion over 2,000 years old, witches, that we're going to be creating today for this particular problem. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about the things that we are going to need for this particular defixion. That defixion is a tablet, a curse, a spell, a hex in a tablet made by lead. Obviously, nowadays, you're probably not going to find any lead anywhere because lead is harmful for humans. So what I did was, and this is the same thing that I did in the spell that I shared with you last time, I have some copper. I'm a big fan of copper in magic, and this particular copper is a very thin gauge and it's used for embossing. You find these at any craft store. Since it has a little gauge, it's very thin and it's soft, you're going to be able to write on this plate. I don't know which part of the world you're watching me from. You may not be able to find copper where you live. Get a can of soda, cut it, and make a card like this. We have to adapt this spell to our reality. The other things that we are going to need, which is we're going to need some myrrh oil. If you don't find this, you can just use regular myrrh resin. Another thing that you are going to use is another resin, and it's benzoin. You can find this in Amazon. It's not expensive. It actually smells amazing. You can have benzoin like this in a bottle like oil, or you can have just the resin. Last, and this is something that I know you're gonna have at home, and it's tarragon. This is easy to get, tarragon, just simply tarragon. If you have some cord, maybe some black cord or red cord, we're gonna need it as well. You can emboss your plate with a pencil. The spell is going to be a spell. This tablet, this defixion tablet, is going to contain within itself a spell to restrain someone from behaving bad towards other people. So we're not hexing this person. We're not going to send an evil spell towards this person. We are going to restrain this person from engaging in this behavior. So the first thing that you're going to do, which is write in your defixion tablet what you want with name and last name. The more information you can put in here, the better. So I'm going to turn this upside down because obviously I'm doing this for somebody. If you want to put any sigils in these witches, you're more than welcome to put sigils in here, symbols, whatever it is that you think is going to help you empower this petition. Now, witches, you can also use a defixion spell like this for whatever you want. You can write in here whatever you want. So if instead of restraining these people from doing something bad, you just want to just bind these people to you, to another person, to something, you can do that as well. Now, something very interesting that I want to mention here while we're doing this is like back in the time when the fictions were the thing to do with magic, people used to use a lot the power of the dead, particularly the power of the gladiators or any soldiers that died a violent death doing something brave. So back in that time, people will do these defictions and they will put them in the tomb or in the ground where either gladiators or brave soldiers will have died. That is just food for thought. An interesting fact about the fictions. This is why nowadays we were able to find so many of these depictions because they were usually buried in a cemetery. You can definitely put this in a cemetery if this is what you wish. Okay, witches, so now that you have your tablet ready to go, we're going to dress it with the ingredients. So first put the oils because, you know, that's what you want to do first. I'm going to put benzoin first. I'm going to smear this oil in this tablet. After that, I'm going to put some of my myrrh. And myrrh is just so beautiful. It looks like some kind of like molasses. I love it. So we're going to put the myrrh in here. And last, we're going to add the tarragon. So tarragon will stick to all that. We now are going to roll this, fold it, however you want to do it. Okay. I'm going to fold it one more time. Just like this. Please be careful, witches, not to cut yourself. This stuff is very sharp. So be very careful and be very mindful what you put this. Okay, let's grab some cord and let's just bind this. I will put a lot of it just in case, you know, just wrap it all really good. All right, witches, once you have your tablet, your defixion ready to go, you're gonna do your little knot, cut it up. So sticky. This is so sticky. I don't know if that's the mirror. As sticky as this is going to stick that spell into your defixion. Now, witches, it's time for you to charge this defixion plate. And you're going to either use whatever god that you want to use. If you don't want to use any god, you do not use any god. You just simply command this person. You can do any chant that you want, witches, and you can ask upon the help of any deity, god, whoever you want to dedicate this to. Now, listen up. You can do a few things with this, witches. You can definitely go to the cemetery at night. It has to be at night. And you can bury this in the tomb of somebody that was either a soldier, policeman, or some type of hero of nowadays, of our times. Otherwise, you will be throwing this in a stream. And when I say a stream, it could be a river. You can throw this in the ocean if you are close to the ocean, or you can just simply throw this in a stream. If you want to punish this person and you're doing a hex instead of a restrain spell like we're doing over here, then you are going to throw them in stagnant water. That means rotten water. That means a swamp. That means sewer. That means a place where water does not move and is stagnant. And this is where you are going to throw your defixion tablet. And here you go, witches. Don't think that because this looks so simple, it's something silly. This spell that you and me are doing over here today is over 2,000 years old. Treat it with respect. I wish you the best. And that's it, witches. Thank you so very much for being with me one more Monday. So excited to be here with you. Please check out the website. I am about to put 30 new products in the website that you are going to find extremely interesting and useful for your magic, which is the bottom line of the website. Also, check me out in Facebook, Instagram, and I'm also in Pinterest, so you can visit me in all those social platforms. You can also email me at layerofthewitch@yahoo.com, and please remember that I do not work for people. Other than that, witches, you must stay very smart, because I tell you, knowledge is power. The more you know, the more power that you acquire, and the better your magic is gonna work and your spells are gonna work. But with all that knowledge, you need to have discernment. So you must stay so very wicked. Bye.